Hello again, everybody. This is Fonecallz. I'm your co-host, Aaron Frank. And with me today is... Who are you?
Vinny and Aaron.
Hello? This is Fonecallz. We are, a comedy podcast? Maybe?
Yeah. The most
comedy, right?
The most comedyist.
We had an independent commission review all 34 past episodes and found that we packed the most comedy per 10-second chunk. So you're really getting maximum comedy in this thing. Isn't that right, Vin?
Yeah, I forget what the metric was. There was some like 3-letter thing, the like LP
Laughs per second, maybe?
per like LPT, like the laughs per 10.
Yeah.
LPT, whatever.
We took home the golden
smile.
Golden smile. Today on Fonecallz, we got a doozy. Because, Vin, what we like to do here at Fonecallz, we like to do things last minute. But not in a bad way. I think that adds a little bit of spice, a little bit of variety to what you're going to get. And today we're talking current events. Current affairs, I think we called it. So, Vin, why don't we start with personal lives? What's going on in your life? What's current?
Today in the life of Vince DeGaetano, on his way to work this morning, he received he was encumbered by a flat tire on his scooter. Bystanders on the scene say that it happened at a red light at an intersection that will not be named, and that Vince DeGaetano was lucky that it did not happen while he was going above 20 miles an hour, and it happened at a stoplight. He was driving.
How do you get a flat tire while you're stopped?
Yeah.
Did you just not puncture the thing while you were riding?
It was not that the scooter was stopped. It was from accelerating from the stoplight is when the flat occurred.
Do you know what you hit?
The tire was bald and was worn through due to Vince DeGaetano keeping it not as inflated as it should have been while in use, according to the mechanic.
Oh, wow. So it was just like your own actions caused your own demise.
You could say it was his own inactions. The mechanic, luckily, because he's a cool dude, led Vince DeGaetano to a pump he could buy for $40 that he could pump up his tires with every 2 weeks.
Wow, and that was never on your radar before this had happened.
It absolutely was. It was on my radar. I was always actually concerned that my tires were not... This is me on the scene now. This is like the interviewer.
Okay.
Yeah, I was always like... it's like the mic's in my face. Yeah, I was always concerned about having my tires be kind of flat or not having the right PSI in them. But, going to the gas station, it's the way the scooter's made, it's kind of a hassle doing it. And, I didn't always like going to the scooter place to bother the guy to use his air. So I tried to space out when I would go there, and it just bit me in the ass.
That was Vince DeGaetano, and maybe next time he'll learn his lesson.
Well, I would say that the lesson's been learned, and now I just have to keep those tires filled.
Good.
Thanks.
Good job. So did the guy patch it for you?
No, he gave me a new tire.
A brand new tire. Wow. What did that set you back?
$132.59. Plus 75 for the tow.
Oh, because he had to tow them. Oh.
Yeah. Luckily, from when I crashed my last one, so Carlos, who owns the scooter repair place, he's got a friend, also named Carlos, who has a truck, and he comes and picks up the scooter. So I had Carlos's number, and I called Carlos. Carlos.
Carlos. Gotcha.
Carlos with the truck, but he wasn't going to be there. Tolos. He wasn't going to be there for 2 hours, so I had to find a coffee shop to go hang out at. But I was concerned about leaving my scooter just sitting there. It kind of looked like, and it's red. It just looks like a bright red cherry that
it's just like a shiny beacon, just like, oh, take me,
steal me. So there were an two apartment complexes and a driveway between both of them, and I just kind of myself just sauntered back there, like maybe I could just put it back here. I was kind of hoping to run into somebody and I could explain my situation to him. And so I'm walking back out, and like from the window, I hear a voice. It's like, and I'm going to try to mimic the voice because it was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, excuse me, hi." And I explained the situation to the woman. I was like, "Yeah, he's not coming." She's like, "Yeah, yes, you could put it back by the big driveway or the big garage." I can't do her voice now, but it was just like, it was funny because there was no face. It was just the window, and then this very kind of like odd voice coming from it.
Well, that's nice of them to.
Yeah. Yes, Bonita, if you're listening, thank you very much for allowing me to put my scooter.
Thank you, Bonita. Wow, there are good people in this world.
Bonita Applebaum.
Speaking of good people, let's move on to the next story.
Well, Aaron, do you want to speak to any current events in your life? Current affairs. Are you having an affair?
No, nothing of that sort. Nothing like that. I did just get back from a trip. I had a work trip to Denver. I guess that's current, right, as I just got home yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure that United is shrinking the space in their seats, like in between them.
Like how candy companies shrink their candy bars?
Yeah. Like I think they like ratchet them together like a centimeter like every 6 months. So like people can't really discern, but then it's like if you don't fly for a little bit, you sit down and you're like, what the heck happened? Like I really did. I always knew they were cramped, but I sat down on my flight back and I was like, I was like, this sucks. Like usually
what's the goal there? What's the end game?
I can pack another row of seats on or make people's life a living hell so that they like feel more inclined to upgrade to one of their more expensive seats. Which, by the way, if you go to check in now, never mind like just booking a flight because that's a pain as well. Because they run you through so many steps. It's like, would you like to upgrade your seat? Would you like to upgrade to first class? Would you like to enter your credit card so it's easier on the plane for you to purchase snacks? Like, it is just never ending. And then they ask you like twice. It's terrible. Would you like to add a bag? And then when you go to check in, they ask you it all again. And it's like, oh, this is driving me crazy.
It's like they're going out of their way to make it like a worse experience.
Yeah, it really is. And it's just sitting there was like, I usually, if I'm really tired, I'll put the tray table down and I'll just like fold like high school class style, just like collapse on the front of it to sleep. I couldn't even there wasn't even enough room. That's when I knew it was weird. Is like did I get too big? Did I grow like 5 inches all of a sudden? Because I couldn't even sleep now. There wasn't enough room to put my head down.
There needs to be some kind of product that's like an expanding foam. Like, you know how in Speed Racer they would get in a crash and that foam would expand?
Yeah.
Something like that you can kind of like lean into.
No, I would just spray it around my whole body. I would just like cocoon myself.
Exactly.
And I would just look like a blob sitting there. And they'd be like, sir, is there somebody in there?
They'll probably offer it at some point though. Like, would you like
I'm sleeping.
Sir, would you
I'm
like
baiting. Go
sir,
away, I'm baiting it.
You're sir, you cannot bait on a plane even in your cocoon.
Yeah. So other than that though, fine flight. No real concerns. I'm trying to think of anything else eventful happened. Denver's cool. You ever been to Denver?
Just the thought of it made me yawn. Because I haven't. It's boring. Just kidding. I've never. I was there weren't we there for that shoot?
Yeah,
with that beer.
Well, we did a Budweiser shoot, but we flew into where was that at? Fort Collins, I believe. It was just like north of the city. Yeah, but we flew into Denver. But yeah, man, the elevation change is no joke.
Yeah, I remember feeling it.
Yeah.
And it didn't feel good.
You can get elevation sickness, I guess,
Felt
which
bad.
I didn't get, but I did get easily winded. I mean, I just went up a flight of stairs and I'd be like, oh, okay, get it together. I mean, it's really something else.
Did you drink?
No, I didn't drink. But at one of our nights out, somebody was like, careful how much you drink, because this is Denver. You're a mile high.
This is Denver. Careful how much heroin you shoot.
Super schwasty.
Your veins collapse easier up here, so you have to use a new vein if you're going to do heroin. Can't use the same vein you used at sea level. The city is just like exploding. They're building so much. It's just cranes all over the place. In fact, where I stayed, there was just like 4 or 5 big buildings going up like at the same time. I was just like, that's Crane City. But it's a cool place. It's trendy. Lots of beer. Lots of breweries. I kind of felt bad. Think it's a brewery bubble?
Dude, I think so. I think breweries are becoming like the hot new thing. And
but there already was wasn't there already like there was a few years ago, there was like you go into some place and they'd have like 1,000 microbrews and it's like, what?
I mean, they've always had a lot of choices of beer, but like I feel like breweries in particular, like, like the whole angle where you're like, because before, it hasn't always been the case where it's like, oh, we're going to open a brewery and it's also going to be like part restaurant, part bar, where you can just come drink right from where we make it. And that in the last few years, I feel like has shot up, and they're everywhere now. And I kind of felt bad. We were walking to one, and there was like a worker outside of one, and I was like, oh, I don't think they have enough breweries here. And I know for sure he heard me, and I felt like a dick, but it was true. I mean, they're all the same, right? I mean,
you think he went
all
home
all the beer lovers are gonna like come after me, but they're kind of all the same.
I can't really tell the difference, but then again, I've never had I can't remember the last time I had a flight where I was like, now this one tastes like this.
Well, I mean, they taste different. Yeah, I'm not saying like all beers are the same. I'm just saying like all breweries, like they just got that same kind of vibe to me.
Oh, you
also, what?
No, I misheard what you said. Or you're not talking about the beer necessarily, but like the.
No.
There's a lot of podcasts, dude. Maybe we shouldn't do this anymore.
That is the truth. We're
like essentially breweries. We're a
micro brewery. Brewing up our own batch of comedy. I hope people like the taste.
If our podcast was a beer, what would it be?
Piss.
Yeah.
Natty Light.
It'd be natty. Nasty Light. No. All right. Well, that sums it up for current affairs and the reporters' personal lives. Moving on to other matters. The U.S. seeks to hobble China's chip industry with new export rules. Biden administration on Friday published a sweeping set of export controls, including a measure to cut China off from certain semiconductor chips. Skipping down the article. China isn't going to give up on chip making, but this will really slow them down. Skipping. We recognize that unilateral controls we are putting into place will lose effectiveness over time if other countries don't join us, one official said. And we risk harming U.S. technology leadership if foreign competitors are not subject to similar controls. Skipping ahead. Companies around the world began to wrestle with the latest U.S. action, with shares of semiconductor manufacturing equipment makers falling. Skipping ahead. Reuters was the first to report key details of the new restrictions on memory chip makers, including a reprieve for foreign companies operating in China and the moves to broaden restrictions on shipments to China of technologies from KLA, Lam, Applied Materials, NVIDIA, and AMD. Aaron, what's your take on that?
Well, let me just don my semiconductor hat here. Oh, this is a world in which I know very little. But I do know that they just signed the CHIPS Act, and so that should be bringing lots and lots of jobs and lots of chips to the U.S. I believe in Ohio.
Chips?
No, not chocolate chips, Vinny. These are very expensive chips.
What is the CHIPS Act going to do?
What?
How will the CHIPS Act affect the job market?
Well, Vince, what they did was the U.S. taxpayers are basically funding these big old factories, and in return, there's going to be lots of jobs created. Lots and lots of jobs, lots and lots of money for the U.S. I think Ohio and New York, I've heard so far, are like where actual hubs are going to be. But yeah, I don't know how. It sounds like this is semi-directly related to the pressure they're putting on China from that, but I can't be sure. But either way, rest assured, you're gonna get your new laptop. Okay, okay, it's all right. It's coming. Your new car, all that stuff is safe. We're gonna build the chips.
Aaron, would this be a good time for investors to invest in sand?
Not familiar with sand.
Because still don't they use like sand or something to make like, isn't somehow like sand involved in making like computer chips?
I like you say this stuff and you're not sure.
No, like sand, like there's silicone and sand or something.
I don't know. Maybe.
Like if you go to the beach and you get a handful of sand, that's worth money.
Just yeah. Well, sand. I did. This is not a current affair. Well, maybe in the fact that it's an issue. But last I read, we are running out of sand. I heard that's a ongoing issue. Yeah, like the world is running out of sand.
Running out of sand. Well, I mean, we are running out of sand.
See, now Vinny's getting learned. He's reading it.
Why is the world running out? Sand makes up most of the physical world around us, but thanks to climate change and our insatiable demand for sand, we're not quickly running out of it. Well, they're making all those damn islands in like Dubai or something. Like they made that stupid, like they made that dumb island. It looks like a palm tree or something.
Get them, roast them.
What's sand made out of? It's just sand, right?
Yep. You heard it here.
Yeah, it's like its own, like on the periodic table, is there a sand element?
What do you mean running out of sand? Go to the beach. There's plenty. What are these? What are these people stupid?
It's just like eroded rocks and stuff, right?
I got some sand in my backyard. My kid's got a sandbox. It's a turtle. Take it out of there.
Do you have that for real?
I do have one of those.
Dude, I'm glad those are still around.
I'm pretty sure it's like the same. It's probably 40 years old. It's nothing has changed about it. It was my brother's, and he gifted it to me. And
where'd he get it from, though?
I don't know. Friggin' the Antiques Roadshow.
Because you said it was 40 years old. Like he got it used.
No, I'm just saying, like they haven't changed it all. They're the same thing. Like one I have is old. I don't know. You want me to call him, find out the date? Hey,
the way you described it, it was like a family heirloom. Like this turtle sandbox has been passed down.
Well, no, but I had the same exact one. It wasn't the same one, but it was.
Yeah.
Like there's home videos of me when I'm a kid playing on pretty much the same thing.
Is it a turtle or a terrapin?
I'm pretty sure it's a turtle.
Sand terrapin.
And as far as I'm concerned, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So they're right in not changing the design because that turtle's so cute.
Everyone loves that turtle, dude.
Come and play in my shell, which is kind of messed up. You rip his shell off, and you're basically playing inside of the turtle, like you're playing in his innards,
and
like his dried up carcass. All right, do
you think children have ever like found a turtle out in the wild and like ripped its shell off trying to get to the sandbox inside?
Goodness, I hope not. That sounds
apparently
terrible.
Their shells are pretty strong. Like you could, like it takes a lot to break them.
Well,
all right, Aaron, what do you got?
I got something that might, I don't know, Vin. I don't know if this is of concern to you, but Zelensky, ever heard of him? The Ukrainian president.
Zelensky Auto Parts from Black Sheep. Tommy Boy,
Idiot. The world must act now to stop Russia nuclear threat, says Zelensky.
I've been seeing this all over my tabs I have opened here. I have maybe 4 of the 10 tabs I have open. All of them, the word nuclear is splashed across the front page. I didn't realize.
What do you mean you didn't realize?
I didn't know this was going on. I didn't know that the clock is ticking closer to midnight.
Well, you know about the Ukrainian-Russian war.
Oh, well, yeah.
Okay. You just didn't know that.
I didn't know they were
Have you not known that Putin has like been throwing out some like nuclear threats?
But look, dude, he's been doing that since the beginning, and I went on Reddit, and somebody on Reddit was like, he's just bluffing, and I was like, all right, this dude, like Reddit said,
Redditor said it. We're good.
Yeah.
Well, I also was reading, and somebody had mentioned like, why isn't the world like? Somebody asked like, why isn't everybody more concerned that nuclear threats are being thrown around like the most willy-nilly that they seemingly have been in the most, in the recent future. The recent, what am I trying to say? That was a word salad. Like, why don't you care? Why don't you care, Vin?
Because I think he's just talking shit.
Oh, all right. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know this.
You don't know.
I don't know.
No. Now we're getting to the crux of this whole episode. We don't know.
Putin just like, Aaron, this is a man who I know nothing about, but from what I can observe, he prides himself on his strength and his ability to be a strong public figure, to never back down, and to get what he wants, okay? And he's got some kind of probably like little man Napoleon complex, which is scary because a man with that much power who's that insecure is dangerous, you know?
I feel like you're going to come 180 and tell me that it is a problem, because I think that's kind of where you're headed.
Dude, again, it could just be him just now. He's just saying stuff.
No. We don't know.
But who knows? Maybe, a guy like this could also crack and say, screw it. I don't care. My pride is broken. This war is a joke. Everybody hates me. We're all going out together.
That, I think, is what most people are worried about. That's what I'm concerned about. Like, he's just going to skirt. Is backed into a corner.
Yeah.
Which clearly his own people aren't, from what I've read, happy with him. They're fleeing Russia en masse. And, they...
since the conscripting?
Yeah.
Since they conscripted the youth?
Yeah.
Has there been a full... Aaron, from... You're currently on the grounds, you're in Moscow currently?
No. I'm in Ohio.
What would you say is the temperature of the population there?
I don't know. I'm in Ohio.
What would you say? Okay, well then.
I haven't read much about it. I don't know.
IDK. My BFF Jill. My BFF Putin.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, when it's like gotten to the point now where like the last few months, I feel like it's been thrown around so much, and I'm just like, every time I read it, I'm like, oh, cool. This is a fun spot to be in. Like, just where just nuclear Armageddon is just kind of like the prospect of it is just kind of tossed around every once in a while. It really has lost its all meaning.
Everything that is like that seems to be some like imminent global problem. It just, okay. What, global warming? The ice caps are melting. It's getting hotter. Whatever. I'm not saying this is just out there now. This is like whatever. There's something so dire every day that like, who cares? I don't care anymore. All right, let it burn.
Oh, you feel like, you've just been like hit over the head with it too many times, and you're just... Well, also, I think most people
and that's
probably...
not to...
Go ahead.
Sorry, real quick. I just want to say, it's not to be like, have a like defeatist attitude, like to say that it doesn't matter. Like, I'm not like a nihilist, or like, I'm not like black-pilled where it's like, whatever. I think it matters, but also like there's only like so much freaking out anyone can do, and also maintain like a healthy psyche throughout the day. So like you kind of have to be like, whatever, okay.
Yeah, I understand that. And I also think that there's like a helplessness that comes with it, because some of the problems are so big that any one person is like, what am I gonna do? Like I can't like I'm not gonna make a dent.
Right.
You know, like I'm over here like making sure I don't let the water run on too long, and China's over there pumping out fumes like a no other. So,
Aaron, this brings me to my next current affair, current event. Are you familiar with the Nord Stream pipeline?
Yes.
That burst.
Yes. Let's stay on the topic.
And there was talks of. Aaron? Do you believe this has been the pipeline was sabotaged?
No. What? I thought it was I thought that was just. Don't pipelines do that?
Burst?
Yeah.
Sometimes they do.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what's well, I don't know how to describe it. I saw a meme today that was like a pipeline. It was like a like crappy cartoon drawing of like two countries on either side of the ocean and the pipeline like going down to the bottom. And there was like this like pink squid octopus that like broke the pipeline. And it was like, I forget what the caption was, but I was looking at it and I'm like, this is somehow relevant to a news story right now, but I don't know what it is. And then I saw the Nord Stream thing and I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh man, so you're telling me that you're uncovering memes before you know the news, like the source of them?
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be a weird one. I probably have done that a lot too without realizing. I'm just like, huh, this one's over my head. I'm too dumb. Yeah, yeah, cool too. Probably, add that on to how much damage that's doing to the planet, releasing all that gas
multiple
into our
satellites
atmosphere.
Observed as hundreds of tons of methane bubbled up from the damaged Nord Stream 1 and 2 pipelines last week.
Methane.
Listen to it, turning parts of the sea between Denmark, Sweden, Poland, and Germany into a giant jacuzzi.
Ah, fun. Yeah. Jump in. We're just having a good old time. Yeah,
I wonder if that would feel nice. You think it'd be like nice if you could like sit in it? It would feel good.
I think you would die from exposure, from inhaling all that methane.
But imagine you couldn't die from the methane. Imagine you could just feel the methane bubbling up through the water.
Yeah, I think it would.
I wonder if it would be like a jacuzzi.
Maybe.
This means gas prices are going to continue to increase. And also it means that we need to find ways to invest in other stuff.
Solar paneled cars.
I've seen this. Do you ever see these TikToks of someone, like some teenager with some weird setup in their backyard and they're turning plastic into like oil that works?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen stuff like that.
Do you think it's real?
Yeah, I think you can do it. I mean, the question is never, does this stuff actually work? It's like the bottom line is like, is the pollution from these experiments like worse? Are we like, are we like putting more, terrible gas into the atmosphere, or are you using more fuel to like light and burn the thing than the fuel that you're receiving from it? Like, I don't know. There's a lot of questions. Like the same thing is with, they've created all these like bags to replace like plastic bags. It's like, oh, we've got this new bag that performs just as well as like a plastic grocery bag, and it dissolves in water. So it's like biodegradable, but the cost and the effort to make it is like, it's never going to reach the point, well, at least not right now, where it's like as affordable for us to produce as like just grocery bags, which is terrible because then the whole industry isn't incentivized to like make any change because they're like, well, like grocery bags cost us a nickel for 1 million of them. So until you get your price down to that, sorry, Charlie, we're not using your green crap. And that's the pickle, I think.
It is a big wet deal. It is a big deal. And well, Aaron, I think, do you have a big like plastic bag. Do you have a bag full of other plastic bags stuffed in the corner of one of your cabinets?
I have a couple holders. Like we bought like a thing that
the
holds all
IKEA
of
ones
them.
with like all the holes in the sides of them.
Not like that, but similar. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's for dirty diapers and cat litter.
Yeah.
That sort.
I have the one for the plastic bags I have. I'm convinced that I can fit an infinity number of plastic bags in it.
Yeah, they just squeeze down into nothing.
Yeah. It is reaching a point where it's getting tougher, but I'm just convinced that like I probably won't try to dump it for another year at least.
We were at like, I think Jewel Osco or something in Chicago. I remember there was like a bench inside the grocery store and it had a thing on it that said, "This is made of recycled garbage bags." Like or plastic bags. Make sure you recycle your plastic bags or something like that.
Yeah.
But they're not recyclable. They're not going to do that. It's a gimmick. The whole recycling plastic thing is a gimmick. We were sold that lie by the plastic company.
You mean a big corporation lied to the people, Aaron? No.
I'm afraid so. At least that's
Aaron,
what I've been told.
In other news, President Biden pardons potheads.
I did.
President
I read
Biden
this.
pardons marijuana possession crime, which is great news.
At a time when Republican candidates are attacking Democrats for supporting criminal justice reform, this is a reform that is supported by 81% of Democrats, 69% of independents, and 57% of Republicans. Those numbers roughly parallel the levels of support for legalization of marijuana, and they provide a reminder that ending marijuana prohibition can and should be an issue in races this fall for state and federal posts. Yeah, I'd say it's popular also because marijuana's federal classification as a Schedule I drug is the same as heroin is a little extra. Glad they're taking a look at that. Just a little extra.
Kooky.
Little. I think if I read it right, it also has a higher classification than fentanyl, which is a little goofy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, there's some stuff to be worked out there. I could only imagine the feeling of a dude who's been serving way, way too long behind bars for something so minuscule to hear this news today. That would be wild.
The pardons will clear everyone convicted on federal charges of simple possession since it first became a crime. The pardons will also extend to anyone convicted under D.C. drug laws. Possession of marijuana is a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 1 year in jail and a minimum fine of $1,000 for first conviction. More than 6,500 people were convicted of simple possession between 1992 and 2021 under federal law, which I thought that number would be way higher. You're telling me in almost...
how many people?
Between 1992 and 2021. How many years is that? 19?
1992.
19 years?
Oh, 2021? Dude, that's
between
20 years just from 2000.
Between 92 and 2021. Oh, yeah, 30 years. So 29. Or whatever. Around almost 30 years. Whatever. Shut up.
How bad were my ACT and SAT were worse?
More than 6,500 people were convicted. I mean, I thought that number would be like 100,000 people or something.
Yeah, it does seem low to me too. But that's great. That's still a ton of people, man.
I mean, yeah, that's great for all those people. I really thought it would be more because of how like screwed up we are about, convicting people for it.
Right. Well, that's a silver lining in this shitty news episode.
It doesn't decriminalize marijuana. So what, you can go back to jail for having it?
I don't know. I'll need to read into it more. That sounds weird. Vin, I would like to lighten up the episode. if I will?
Sure, go ahead.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Okay. I want to discuss the new trailer for the Super Mario Brothers movie.
So I'm aware. I haven't seen the whole trailer, but I'm aware that it's just Chris Pratt. Mario doesn't.
You haven't seen the whole thing. The whole thing. It's like a minute and a half.
I haven't seen the whole thing.
Oh bother. Oh bother.
Can I watch it real quick?
I knew you were gonna do this. I knew
What?
when I brought it up. I was like, Vinny's not gonna have seen it, and he's gonna want to watch it mid-episode.
Let me just kind of skim through it.
I just want you to listen to Chris Pratt. Is really all I want you to listen to.
Okay, I skipped ahead.
Bro,
no, that
he's watching. He's shaking his head. He had his hand up to his head.
Toad said, "Come on, Mario."
Smirk on his face.
Yeah, that's.
What do you think?
What is this, dude? That's. No,
Chris Pratt.
it's all wrong.
It's me, Chris.
It's all wrong.
It's
It is just
all wrong.
Who thought that would? I'm like. Look, I'm aware I'm having a stronger reaction to this than I am to like nuclear war.
Yeah, just a bit.
But also like.
Yeah, can we remind people actually? I think.
Oh, let me hold on. Okay, let me rewind.
Your reaction might have been, "It's fine. It's not."
Let
They're
me rewind.
bluffing.
Oh my, nuclear war! Oh my god, what are they talking? They can't do that.
Oh, sweet. All right.
Who thought that would be a good idea to do nuclear war? Who thought that would be a good idea to give Mario Chris Pratt's voice?
The people who want the money. Look, I'm not gonna. I think it's too small of a sample size for me. I don't want to like make any like comments on it, like, "Oh, he's terrible." But it did surprise me when I was watching. I was like, "Oh, really? Like, I don't think that really fits." But I want to see it. Well, first of all, the animation looks awesome. It
does look really cool.
Really cool. Like, very well done. I think Bowser, who is played by Jack Black, sounds great.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, I'll definitely give it a chance. I'm not trying to poo-poo it just yet. But I was surprised. And I think it was like, it brings up a different question. It was like, for a long time, like, a Pixar... I mean, maybe Pixar is not the best choice because Toy Story, they did have a lot of like, they had a couple of celebrities, Tom Hanks and Tim Allen. But, I mean, we grew up with animations and CGI films that were like, didn't need to be named celebrities. But we're getting the age now where it's like everybody in the entire cast needs to be a celebrity. When there's so many unknown like professional voice actors that could kill it. That are just have careers because they're good at voice acting.
I feel like where did I just like recently saw something, or I don't know if you and I were talking about it, about how there was this shift in animations, like relying on like story and then relying on, they were just like pumping them out. And then it was like, oh yeah, we just need names in this. Like I saw some critical piece, like some think piece or whatever breakdown where it talks about exactly what you're saying, where it went from being a lot of time being put in and making sure it's like quality to just like, let's get it out and then put Chris Pratt in it or put like,
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing that, but I mean, it is to the extent that like it does feel like everything is chock full of like names now. When it's not necessary, it does kind of seem like that drives. Especially confusing to me because they just have to pay those guys so much more probably. I mean, like, what do you think Chris Pratt would have to be paid over like a solid voice actor that's not his name? I mean, he's got to command...
Like Cooper Johnson did?
Yeah,
it was Mario.
Let's say they give the job to Coop. He's a very good voice actor. He's not taking Chris Pratt's salary home. I mean, so much of it just, doesn't it feel that way? It's like, oh, we got Chris's name on it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But either way, I hope it's good.
It's like if Chris Pratt is Apple, Cooper Johnson is... Well, I don't know. What would Coop be?
Cool. Good analogy. But you started it? You wanted me to finish it? I don't know where you're going.
Well, yeah, Cooper's like a brand that like... Coop's like a brand that's not Apple. In this analogy, Cooper, if you're listening, you're an amazing, talented voice actor. You deserve the world. But I'm just saying, in this world where Chris Pratt is Apple, which doesn't mean he's good. It just means he's a brand name. I don't know where this analogy's going. I was trying to be.
You can let it die.
I was trying to be a little cheeky. I was trying to be somewhat mean, but not really. I'm sorry, Coop, if you're listening. I don't. Coop, you know what? You're the apple of my eye, Cooper.
That might be the end of you and Coop, honestly.
It won't be. It won't.
Oh, what else is going on, Vin? Is your crypto skyrocketing?
Is it? No, I don't know.
No, you.
Dude, is crypto going back up?
No. Not yet. Sorry to disappoint.
You got crypto?
Oh, dude, I got a portfolio of crypto.
Do you really though?
I mean, I have some money in crypto. Not a lot. Not gonna put me on
like
the streets.
550, 500, or 5,000.
Do you want me to pull up my Robinhood? No, I'm just kidding. It's not actually.
Yeah, screen share it. Let's screen share it.
I haven't actually checked. Let's check Ethereum and give a live update. Ethereum right now is at $1,333.18.
It's the financial section of our current affairs. Aaron Frank coming at you with hot financial tips. Aaron, if someone out there currently has their assets in crypto, how should they shuffle those around?
Well, I wouldn't. This is not financial advice because this is just a comedy podcast. No, it's just a comedy podcast.
Please, this is called Aaron's money advice section.
I will say that if we're looking at Ether, if you look from judging from 6 months ago, is down 58.24%. So I'm not a mathematician or an economist, but I'm going to say that's not good.
Is that ETH on tier 2, or is that ETH on the third level?
And do you know what you're talking about?
There's different levels to the internet, right?
No.
It's like Dante's Inferno, and they're down to... Yeah, because it's like the deeper you go into the web, the gas fees become less because they're restructuring the infrastructure to make so that crypto trading is more efficient and better and more secure.
Well, according to decrypt.co, Ethereum fork ETHW is already down 86% from its all-time high. So, I don't know what that means, but I haven't heard of the fork. I've heard that they are going to make it more efficient and the gas fees are going to go down, but I don't know what this means. Again, this episode is brought to you by We Don't Know What We're Talking About. Either way, crypto.
Wait, I just want
not looking good. Go ahead.
I just want to really quick look. I just want to go ahead and look over some of the coin names. I haven't updated myself on names of coins.
Oh yeah, those are always fun.
We got ApeCoin, BNB. Still got Doge. Wrapped Bitcoin, Thor Chain, Nexo, Algorand. I know Algorand. Casper, the 1 Inch Network. Hobie Token. These aren't as fun as I want them to be.
My favorite
Shiba Inu coin.
My favorite meme about blockchain is about crypto is, you've seen the dude, the beefcake, who's like talking to the girl at the party and he's got a beer and he's like really close to her and she looks uncomfortable and it says, "No, it's called blockchain and it means the monkey is actually mine." It's like my favorite. It's my favorite.
Yeah, that's a great meme. And that is a really good meme.
And that...
I say that meme... We should invest... Can you invest in memes? Can you invest in an NFT like a coin? Like, can I put all my money in that meme? Uncomfortable girl at party meme?
Probably somewhere.
Can I put it... Can I want...
How
Can I...
that actually works.
Put something of value? I want to liquidate something of value to myself and put it in a meme.
I'm not actually sure.
Sushi
how it
swap.
Works. All I know is if you own a Bored Ape, it might not be doing good in value right now. Just judging by some preliminary guesses and research.
Like, a jury's out. It's pretty much a scam, right?
I don't know.
Pretty much. I mean, most crypto, in theory, was cool, but then it was just riddled with pump and dump schemes and people taking advantage of other people. Pretty much just like...
Well, I think it was riddled with that because it was the technology itself made it very easy to get away scot-free, you know? Like...
So we thought maybe people would behave themselves. Is that what we're thinking? That people wouldn't try to like take advantage of a new technology?
Yeah, well, I think like... Have you seen Elon Musk's Twitter? Like, if for a while there, if you would go onto his account and look at any of his replies, people would take his name and a handle that looked like his handle, but it was like off by a letter, and they would take his profile picture. Basically, everything that you could do other than have the verified symbol, and he would say, people would spam and say like, "Oh, like I'm giving away free Ethereum." Like, all you got to do is go to this link or something. Like, it was just constant, like a constant barrage of... And if you linked your account to whatever, you know, they could, like, drain you, like, instantly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, probably just full of get-rich-quick schemes, preying on the naive.
That's just creativity. Yeah, it's just someone going out there and getting it.
Just hungry for... the money.
That's someone going out there, Aaron, and with a business mindset.
Gary V? Would you say that's Gary V mentality?
I would say it's very GV-like.
Very GV. Very GV. You got anything else?
Oh, of course I do, Aaron. I got in Albany, New York, a man was charged with smuggling pythons in his pants at the U.S. border. A New York City man has been charged with smuggling 3 Burmese pythons in his pants at the U.S.-Canadian border crossing. Calvin Batista, 36, is accused of bringing the hidden snakes on a bus that crossed into northern New York.
Why?
Wait, where'd I go? The charge carries a potential for a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison and a fine as high as $250,000. Can you imagine going to prison for 20 years and you're there, like, your third year, and some guy... It's like, what are you in for?
I tried to carry some snakes in to the country.
What if he was oh my God, I can't think of the name. For when you're missing a limb. You know what I'm talking about? What's the word for, like, what's like the medical term for when you're missing like a limb?
An
like
amputee?
An amputee. What if he was an amputee and like he tried to like use the because I'm thinking they were like they were probably baby snakes. You can't bring a full grown. But I was thinking, what if they were larger? And like, what if he was an amputee and he had the snakes as like his legs and he put jeans on, he put the snakes' heads in the shoes.
Were they dead?
No, they would have been alive, but I'm just saying, I'm just trying to visualize like what.
There's like dozens of other things that you would use before you would use snakes to expect them to like hold you up.
No, but I'm saying.
You're saying the goal still is for him to get the snakes across and not
I'm saying,
to like find something to help him walk?
In this scenario, it's an amputee who wants to smuggle snakes in, or it's a snake smuggling ring, and they're like, how do we do this? Oh, we get it. We get an amputee.
Oh,
and
Jeff
we dress
doesn't have a leg.
We can put the python through one of the pant legs. And he think he still would be in a wheelchair. You know, he could just still pretend like something's wrong.
Stupid.
Maybe his legs are moving and like that's the disease. Like he says like, oh, I got like
I got
I don't know
jiggly
what.
legs. Sorry.
I got the
the jiggles.
Like, sir, your shoes are hissing. Sir, why are you feeding a rat to your shoe?
Oh, it's that disease.
Oh, dude, can I tell you when I was? Can we backpedal a little bit?
Sure, backpedal away.
When I had my flat tire, I had mentioned I went to I found a little cafe to hang out at because I had some time, and I just was sitting there, and my phone was gonna die, so I had to ask the people at the working if I could like plug my phone in. I didn't have a book. I didn't have anything to write with. So it was like one of those few moments where I actually found myself like without like any distractions.
Mm-hmm.
It's like not because I wanted to, like I was forced in this position where it's like, oh shit, like I can't read, write, look at my phone. Like I literally just have to sit here.
Yeah.
And for a moment I was like, this sucks. But then I was like, no, wait, this is good. This is good. Let's see what,
Did we talk about this on a previous episode? And I was telling you, one of the chapters in the book talks about boredom and how it's like good for you. I think we talked about it briefly, but you were actually bored.
Dude, I was bored.
How did it feel?
I tried to think of funny stuff. I looked around at my environment and I just kind of would try to like mindlessly take things in and then just kind of see like how I would kind of skew them just naturally. And I wrote down my thoughts.
Okay, let's hear it.
When I did get my phone, I eventually wrote them down. Okay, so the cafe was playing like lo-fi chill music, and I was thinking, what if like we lived in a world where like polka was lo-fi and lo-fi was like polka music?
Oh, yeah.
Like imagine you sitting in the cafe and it's just like polka music playing, and like that was like relaxing.
Well, I guess we wouldn't know any better.
No, we wouldn't. Okay, the concept of a muscle car. It's a car that's made out of muscles, and the more you use it, the stronger it gets.
Ooh, that's scary.
So you get it's kind of like it's some kind of weird like Cronenberg car. It's like fleshy and got tendons and sinews and bone, and
are
it's
we
weak
saying
at
that
first.
Some of it would mimic the human body? Because like if I'm thinking where human muscles would be on a car, my first impression is like the abs are like on the hood. You've got like biceps.
Oh, that's cool.
You got biceps along the rear, or like the side doors. Maybe like up by the top. Hey, I'm not done. You got like some nice traps, like up, like maybe above, like on the roof, and then a pair of really, really firm ass cheeks on the tailgate. Okay, so that's it.
I think that's great. However, I don't think, in my mind, the muscle car is not anatomically 1-to-1. It's like, the axle. I guess the axles would be like the biceps, and like, because they got to make the car go, like they got to spin.
Oh, see, you're just saying the entirety of the car is like one crazy muscle like creature.
Yeah.
Like it's all, even the inner workings. Oh, here I am thinking like the outer shell was like a human body. Like I was thinking like, no, but even the human body, I guess there's muscle. You got the muscles are in the inside. So you're right.
Yeah, it'd be all the complexities of a car, but instead it works off of like, and instead of gassing it up, you got to like give it like chicken breasts all the time and like
Does
salmon
it have a
and
mouth?
almonds. It's got an orifice.
Mm-hmm.
That you gotta.
I need muscle milk to make me go.
And it'd be, it'd be muscle milk instead of oil.
Yeah. Does the muffler, is it like a pair of lips that go brum, rum rum?
Yeah, and I think if you give it like real cheap food or like bad protein powder, like it has like bad gas, like it farts and stuff.
It's like looks like one of those dudes who are rolling coal down in Texas.
Yeah, and like
stupidest
and
thing
like
I've
as
ever
like
seen.
and like from like a, if we want to like, like as a status thing, if you're concerned about like your status and like, for example, you want to like impress a girl. It's like if your car is like farting all the time, it's like, oh, you give this thing shitty protein powder. It's like, I need a guy who can give his car premium
treat
protein.
Your car better.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't be sitting
Also, yeah,
in this. Also, real what?
Oh, I'll say rolling coal is stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed. Any more thoughts out of your boredom?
Yeah, we should rename the podcast to Dude, What If?
Dude, what if? Or like?
Dude, like
what if?
Blue ribbons for tumors.
I don't get it.
Like, you know, there's like you like at fairs, they give like blue ribbons for like farm animals.
Mm-hmm.
I think people that like are growing like benign tumors or even cancerous ones, that there's some kind of like freak fair and you can get a blue ribbon for like best tumor.
That's kind of messed up.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we see where your mind goes when you don't got any distractions. So okay, cool.
I could explain to you how I got there, but I would rather not. Do I make people nervous sitting here with nothing and laughing to myself?
I think that's probably there's probably much more in LA that they see to concern themselves than some kind of like stonerish dude who's chuckling at a, where'd you say you were, a coffee shop? I think you'd be all right.
I did feel strange though, not having. I felt weird just sitting there. Just sitting there and like where do I look to?
But we talked about this because people like are so often on their phones now, even when they're just sitting, that seeing somebody, like you're saying, you're just sitting there, it looks weird. That's that's culture now. Mm-hmm. It's just like, what are you doing? Why aren't you like on a computer or on your phone? Don't be weird.
You better than me, huh?
What do you think you're thinking with your brain? Fucking freak.
Like I giggled when I thought of the polka lo-fi thing. I like laughed to myself and I was like, well, try not to do that too hard.
Oh God, I'm gonna look like a crazy person. What if we got to that point when they were just like, why aren't you on your phone? Like it's like some kind of weird idiocracy like we're headed towards.
Yeah.
Stop doing nothing, idiot.
Gotta look at something. You're making me uncomfortable.
Listen to the polka music. Do something.
I'd rather just sit here and I'd rather just sit here and like. I want to just sit here.
Go eat a burrito.
I'm not hungry.
I don't care. Eat anyway.
I'm just gonna sit here if that's okay.
No, you better get on the phone, or we're gonna have a problem. Look at my new Bored Ape.
Whoa, is that your muscle car out there?
Yeah. I feed it Doritos.
I had two more thoughts.
Sorry, but can we sidebar? We could take this offline, but I want to do a Cronenberg idiocracy film in the future, so we'll make that happen.
Oh yeah, for sure. And we'll work our chunk punk idea into it as well.
That could easily go into there. We've for a while we've toyed with the idea, just so everybody knows. For years we've messed around with like a shitty future idea. Even Ricky Bukowski, like has had a lot of elements of that.
Do they know who Ricky Bukowski is?
No, but Richie? I'm just saying for us,
Yeah.
We know. It's something we've wanted to do for a while. What else you got?
I have two more thoughts and then we can move on from this.
Please.
At a certain point, there was I don't know if they were single in their lives, but they were by themselves. There's a single man and a single woman sitting across from me, like facing me. And I was just like, how do I make these two fall in love?
Do you think you could have done it?
I saw the potential for a beautiful love story waiting to happen. Right,
Cupid.
Yeah, and I just thought, what can I do? Like, how could I facilitate this? Like, I could have been like just sitting there, like, it's like everyone's minding their own business, and like, oh my gosh, I just had a vision. Like, say it out loud to them too. I just had a vision. I saw you, and I saw you, and I heard bells, and I heard laughter and clinking of forks on wine flutes, and I'm sorry, I'm a medium, I'm sorry. I don't know if you guys believe in that stuff, but I just had a vision, and I have to share it.
Small chance of success with that one. Very small. I got way better ideas.
Okay, like what?
All right. Fake choke on a piece of food. Have the dude come over.
I wasn't eating anything.
He doesn't need to know that. You could be choking on gum. Like, see, this is what Vin. Jeez. God.
All right, sorry. Go ahead. I'm choking.
Fall over towards the woman. If she doesn't help you, the man hopefully will. Gets up right in front of her, does a heroic act. Oh my God, you saved my life. You saved my life. Oh my gosh, you just saved that man's life.
And I could say like, and I felt so safe in your arms. When you're giving me the Heimlich, I felt so safe.
Do you work out?
Oh my God.
That's one. Second idea.
All right.
Second idea. Shoot, now I lost it. I got too into the choking one. There was a second idea.
Could it have had something to do with like I trip and fall?
No. Even better. You start bullying the woman. Or the man. Or the man.
Oh, yeah.
But you're going to pull the other into the situation. Okay?
Yeah.
Hey, punk. What are you doing? Oh, you're reading? Drop their books. Hit over their tea. You know? Get them really annoyed. Yeah. What do you do? Oh, what? You mad? Huh? You shouldn't even sit here. Get out of here. And then they're going to come save the day. Boom. Sparks interest. Talking. Could you believe that, nerd? Could you believe that, weirdo? He was messing with me before you shoot him away. Oh my gosh, I'm Sarah. There you go.
What's up, I'm Mark.
See? Love.
Yeah, I like those ideas better than mine.
Third idea.
Okay.
You trip and fall, like you said, but you need to bash your head open really hard on the cement. You bleed out and die. And they just witnessed a traumatic event together. That's something that they will share together, the two of them, that nobody else will have. Lead to maybe counseling, some therapy together because they were both linked at that moment. And hopefully a relationship blossoms out of your death.
I think that's beautiful. Because something has to die for something else to like grow.
Be born, yeah.
And if from my death there could be a beautiful family of a family of 5, maybe. They have 3 kids.
I like that you really like pictured like each one of them, like, oh, how many kids?
I don't know, dude. Thinking about it, it's like, man, like that's beautiful, and that's sacrifice, and that's like me giving my life for like a greater purpose, and that's really cool. Tiny, what do you want?
Current affairs. Tiny, the cat, is back. Entering rooms and exiting them with a purpose. What's that purpose? We don't know. Still, after 35 episodes.
He just wants attention. He just wants attention. He just wants attention.
Well, I think we did it. I think we covered a lot of that. I want somebody who listened to this to walk away and feel like, man, I'm in the know. Will they? No. But that's what I could hope.
This is, I think you're right. I hope for the same things, Aaron. But I don't think we touched on anything that wasn't already out there.
No, we're not. This was current affairs. This wasn't investigative journalism.
Right. Oh, I also thought of if we did Freestyle Fridays.
What's that?
Freestyle. It's Friday, so freestyle.
Oh, like we just talk about whatever?
No.
Literally
Rap.
freestyle. I can't freestyle. Can you?
Come on, give me just get a couple lines.
My name is
I'll go.
Aaron.
You want me to go first?
Sure.
Oh, go ahead. Okay, I'll go. All right. Hey, this is a Wait, hold on. I gotta just wait. Hold on. Just shut up. Stop.
A reminder that this was your idea.
It's a podcast, and we're having lots of fun. We sit and laugh, and we don't stop until we're done. It's Vinny, it's Aaron, talking in the mics, and they try not to say like every other word when they speak, because then you sound dumb and your brain is weak. And if you smoke weed, that doesn't necessarily help creativity. I said that because I was thinking there's this one rapper who says like, because he said something. Where was it? There was this song. He says like, smoking gives you brain damage, and brain damage on the mic won't manage. I don't know. That's where that came from. Oh, is it Express Yourself? Okay, yeah, it's Express Yourself.
I can't do any better than that, so we'll just have to leave it there.
You got a freestyle now.
Hey, what's up, people, friends? We're gonna do this rap so the podcast ends. Yeah, that's right. I'm Aaron, and this is my flow. Don't say my name. It's Aaron, not Joe. There we go.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
It's Fonecallz.